it going, y'all? We're back out here on the water. Today is looking absolutely wonderful. Water looks good. We supposedly have a great forecast. It's supposed to be less than a foot, 9 seconds apart. We're just gonna go out here and check it out and see how it is. We're gonna run out to about 50 feet. Start off today, see how the conditions are. And once we get out there, we'll get geared up, suited up, and we'll see y'all when we get in the water. It is gonna be a great day, y'all. It's gonna be wonderful. We're about to get suited up and get in and get on some fish. So as you guys can see from the beginning of the video, we were super excited about starting our day here. The water was calm. The clarity was pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but at 45 feet, to be able to see what we could see, we were absolutely not disappointed. And I mean, right there on the bottom, you can see all that rubble and rock piles. So we decided to make a few blind drops, and Adam made the first one. He's going down here just to check everything out, see what's below, and just to get our lungs stretched out a little bit, you know, to see what's around, see what the spot looks like. Um, as he comes back up, I go down on the next one, check it out for myself, see if I see anything, and I really just wanted to see what the structure was like also, and that's the point of these blind drops, you know, just to get down there, see what the environment's like, and if there's anything moving. And as we go down, it was almost dead. There was no life, there was nothing swimming around, and maybe they just weren't awake yet. Who knows? They decided not to get up, but we were a little apprehensive about it when we about staying there and finding a new spot. And then I decided to make another drop, and as I did, when I get to the bottom here, you can see that everything came alive. The fish were swimming, they were moving, they were everywhere, and you can just see them from left to right. Just loads and loads of fish. There wasn't anything to shoot at, which is fine. It was okay, because it was just nice to finally see some life, see some fish swimming around. So just as we were about to leave, these, I believe, barjacks came swimming in. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. One came into range, so I took a shot on him. We've never had them before, and I've heard good things about them. So we decided to, you know, we haven't been seeing any fish, and there's some shooters that came in. They're not massive, but they're a decent sized fish, and we hung out for a while because the fish did. So we swam around, see if we could see any bigger ones, and sure enough, there came a few more in, and I got reloaded, made a small little dive, maybe 5 to 10 foot on this one, and I see one swim right in front of me, so I extend my gun out there, and sure enough, it's on safety, and I take it off, make another shot, and shot right over the top of this fish's head. We're not going to hold back on you guys. We'll show you all the good and the bad shots. It's just what happens when you're out here, you know. Sometimes you hesitate, sometimes you are spot on. So as I looked down, I kind of started talking to Adam a little while about where they were at, and I'm trying to find them. I'm like, hey man, there's a group below us. They're right here. Try to get one if you can. And in an instant, it doesn't take long. That's all it takes is just those few seconds. And if you look down to the left of the camera, a shark swims in right at that time.
That guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's hot too.
So this was the second spot of the day, and this is where it really picked up for us. There was more life. The fish were more abundant. I mean, not 10 seconds of being in the water, you can see me point there at a triggerfish, and these fish are really cool. I love them. They can get aggressive. It's funny to watch them fight. We threw some chum in the water before we got in, and they came straight to it. Um, you can shoot them, and they are really good fish, but they have to be a minimum of 12 inches, and we did not see any that were. So we just got our guns loaded up and swam around the area to see what we could find. This was my first dive on this spot after being here for about 5 minutes. I see this shark come in, so I decided to dive down, get a little bit of closer look on him, just see what's around. And right at that moment, rainbow runners come in, and I take a shot on them, stone them, and I was super stoked. I love these fish. I think they taste great. And as I'm going up, I look over to my left and just see Adam doing a great job of helping me secure this fish, make sure that shark's not coming back. These rainbow runner stuck around for a little while, so Adam decided to go down, try to get one, and unfortunately shoots and misses. That was his first miss of the day. I had already gotten mine, so I guess it was his turn. But like I said, this spot really picked up for us. You can see here that there's some kingfish swimming in, and they're not massive kingfish, nothing to mount on your wall, but I was excited. They were big enough to keep, so I decided to make a dive down after this one, and he was just swimming and swimming, would not get any closer. He was a little skittish, but I turned to my left here, see a whole school swimming in, got one that was in range, and took a shot, got him, and he just took off. I did my best. I tried to pull my line in just to try to secure this fish because, as you can tell, it's very shiny, very attractive, and I did not want any sharks coming in on him. I go up for a slight breath just to put my head back down and rope this fish in. And as I do, he decides to just go crazy and start smacking the top of the water. So I pushed him up to my flopper, tried to make sure he wouldn't come off, and I get him back down and try to brain him. This was not a trophy fish by any means, but it was to me because it was my first king mackerel, and he was just over 24. He came in at 25 and a half. And I don't need trophy fish every time I go out here. This is our passion. We love to be out here. So just to shoot fish and bring them home is enough for us. But we make a couple more dives here on this spot, and a lot of boats started coming in just left and right on us. So the shootable fish started to clear out, and you can see some reef fish around, but not really much of anything for us to again to shoot at. So we decided to move on to another spot and see what else we could find. As we get to our third spot, we hop in the water, and almost instantaneously we can tell a difference in the clarity and the current. The clarity was just murky, as you can see, and the current picked up a lot. It got really bad, and right when we get in, you can see this shark already here. I don't know how long he had been here, but I'd suspected that there probably wasn't many fish, and I still decided to dive down, kind of go check him out and look around, and as I suspected, there was no fish. I didn't see any other than the remora that was swimming next to the shark, but I guess he decided to return the favor, and he wanted to come say hello also. But we didn't stick around too long. It was too murky, and like I said, this guy was kind of lingering. So we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot. We decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to our first spot, and we decided to go back to that we were at in the beginning of the video. We've had a lot of good luck here, a lot of fish, and sure enough, there were some swimming around. I don't know if it's because the current picked up, that spot came back to life, but uh, there were amberjacks coming in, yellowjacks, and we didn't see any more kingfish for the rest of the day. But we're super excited about seeing all of these jacks swimming in. You can't see them much because again, like I said, just how murky the water got. So we hung around in this spot for a little while and watched all these fish coming in. Adam decided to make a drop on one. You can see in his left hand there, he's working his throw flasher, and these fish were getting closer to him, but wouldn't get in range enough to take a shot. So we just decided to hang out for a while and try to work them and try to get on one. And right here in this next clip is where things go completely south. He throws his throw flasher, goes down for it, and almost immediately you hear me yelling at him. Um, there was just a massive amberjack. This guy was every bit of 35 to 40 pounds. So he spots him, spins around on him, takes the shot, nailed him, and I freaked out, and his gun gets ripped out of his hand. His reel locked up, and this fish was just so powerful that it took his whole gun once that reel locked up, and so much ran through my mind. Um, I should have dove down. I should have tried to shoot the fish. I should have done this and that. But in that moment, when it happens that fast, there's just really nothing you can do, to be honest. Hindsight's 2020 on a lot what we should have done. Right here, I slow it down so you can see it. This big AJ comes swimming into his right, and he catches a glimpse and starts to follow it. And he did everything perfect. He made a absolutely amazing dive down to his throw flasher, turned around on this fish. Everything was great. And funny enough, he said the night before, just the night before, maybe I should walk out my reel. It's got some spots where it looks like it's digging in. And then this happens. And even if you look close, you can see the fish swim right underneath him. Right there. It's takes off with his gun. And you can see his reel if you watch it just zooming. Um, this is just the nature of the beast. This is what happens. There's a lot of things that we learned from this, a lot of things that we're gonna change uh, for next time. There was some things we took from it, and sure enough, some things that it took from us. But again, like I say, it's just the nature of the beast, and we're gonna try to improve on a lot. We're back on the boat after the last dive. The day's been great until this point. Go ahead, you tell them what happened.
Well, you need to make sure you walk out your reels and your reel line, because if not, you could shoot the fish of a lifetime, and it not only get away, but take your whole gun away from it too.
And as you guys saw on the last part of the video, he got on an amberjack right whenever he threw his drop flasher down, and it was over 3 foot. How much do you think it weighed?
It was probably 30 pounds, 35 pounds.
And he shot it right in the head. Great shot. We were rejoicing. And then his reel hung up, snatched the gun, and bye-bye fish. So unfortunately we didn't get in the boat, and he lost everything. The gun, the reel. Luckily, we made it back up, and we tried to track it, but just couldn't keep up. So we're headed back in after this. I don't know what to call it of a day.
It's been a pretty good day.
It's been a good day, but then we made it.
It ended on a sour note.
It ended on a sour note. So we're headed back to the boat ramp, and we get loaded up and head home.